It's a terrible football show. What do you expect?
I want whatever you guys are smoking right now.
OH!
Oh, baby, yeah!
Just in my brain, it just makes so much sense.
You have no quarterback. You're going to need some punters.
Welcome to a terrible football show!
That's my quarterback and my teammate, man.
Ruins my holiday every damn year.
They draft Xavier Worthy. What the? Wide receiver from Texas.
Hamster.
Bears pick is in.
What?
Bears pick is in.
No! Jerry Jones, what are you doing? Oh, man.
If it's Toledo, I'm drawing the best damn Rocky there is out there.
Excuse me. I don't even think that's PG.
I told my HR director about this show. He's going to listen to it.
We're getting sued again, boys. This show's so bad, we almost got sued once, we might get almost sued again.
Listen, guys, this is a terrible football show.
It's a terrible football show. What do you expect?
I want whatever you guys are smoking right now.
OH!
Oh, baby, yeah!
Just in my brain, it just makes so much sense.
You have no quarterback. You're going to need some punters.
Welcome to a terrible football show!
That's my quarterback and my teammate, man.
Ruins my holiday every damn year.
They draft Xavier Worthy. What the? Wide receiver from Texas.
Hamster.
Bears pick is in.
What?
Bears pick is in.
No! Jerry Jones, what are you doing? Oh, man.
If it's Toledo, I'm drawing the best damn Rocky there is out there.
Excuse me. I don't even think that's PG.
I told my HR director about this show. He's going to listen to it.
We're getting sued again, boys. This show's so bad, we almost got sued once, we might get almost sued again.
Listen, guys, this is a terrible football show where everybody may be good at nothing, but we are terrible at everything.
Yeah, he's successful at just giving his terrible opinions, so why can't I? Terrible football show, after all.
Welcome to a terrible football show.
Have no idea if we timed that right. We had some audio issues right before we started. As we were live, we got hit with audio issues. I don't know if that was timed right in the slice. I'm Alex, that was Spark 3, one of the hosts here of a terrible football show. If you're having a great day today, let me go around the room. Got Tyler here in studio. Ty, buddy, how you doing?
Oh, pretty dandy.
Okay, I like to hear it. I like to hear it. You're rocking some shades. I think he's had a migraine all day, so shout out to him for powering through. We respect it. We got Jacob here up north, probably feeling pretty good about his performance this weekend with the Ohio State University. OH,
I-O, baby, yeah.
how you doing?
Oh, I'm on top of the world right now until Dallas destroys the world this weekend.
Yep, that's going to go down this weekend. It's going to be a terrible time for you, just like it's going to be a terrible time for Ricky. Ricky, how you doing, buddy?
I am doing all right. Tyler, what kind of a hat do you have on? I'm trying to see what.
That's a good question. I don't. It's.
Well,
What is that? What do we got rocking over here?
I'm gonna be honest. Hold up. I gotta see what hat I even have on.
It's got a G. It's got a
Oh,
G.
God is greater than the highs and lows.
God is greater than the highs and
Okay,
lows.
okay.
Yeah, look at that.
I was wondering. It looked like hieroglyphics from here. I'm just being honest with you, but I can't see it. So.
Yeah, there you go. Hey, shout out. Shout out.
And you got glasses on.
Yeah.
What's
yeah.
up?
Yeah, what's on? What's going on?
Yes, but I'm actually looking at a small square of you. I see your shades, I see your beard, and I see a hat with a big old
I mean,
gold
that is
thing in
true,
front of it.
Tyler.
I
On
can't read it.
Discord, he's got an even smaller picture of us. So
Are you sitting in my seat?
that's where he's been the last couple
Uh-oh.
weeks.
No, this is my seat. This is the Pepsi seat. Come on now.
I don't think so. I don't think so. You scoot over, dadgummit. That's my spot. You know damn good well it's my spot. Move over.
I will say this is a very toxic seat. So.
Dude, the toxic table over there. He has been engulfed with toxicity over these last few weeks, and I think it's because of that spot over there. Like, Lord have mercy.
I will be in studio next week, so scoot over.
There you go.
I will be here too.
Okay. All right. We're gonna have a couple boys here in studio next week.
You can
Can't
sit on my
wait.
lap.
Yeah,
like
there
I'm
you
standing.
go. There you go. We got our little
I'll be
toxic
there.
table over there.
I ain't sitting on your lap. You scoot your butt over.
You can sit on mine, Ricky.
Oh, we're gonna tag team the chair. That's what you're saying.
All right. All right.
ATFS After Dark, boys.
Yeah, ATFS After Dark. Yeah, that's Patreon. Go support the Patreon if you want to catch that. That's the dump coming soon.
Yeah, that's $4.69 right
Yeah, there
That's
you
a
go.
discount.
Bingo. So, okay, right off the gate, these last few weeks, I'll lead off introductions and ask everyone a question. Didn't do it this week because I had a question I wanted to ask everybody because I was really curious. I think it was Bleacher Report Betting is the one that posted this question. For $100,000 a day, how many days could you go without showering before you break? That's all the question there was. There was no rules. There was no stipulations. That was simply the question. Because my thought process was, if they didn't give me any rules, if I could control my availability on things, I think I could easily push a milli past, right? We're talking 10 plus days. Like, I could take off work, just sit at the house, do my thing. But if I got to factor work into this, brother, listen, I'll push to get 5. And I don't know if I can go do any more after that because, boy, we be stanking when we're out and about, taking care of some dirt and some rocks. But, I mean, I don't know. I like my showers, but I was curious about you boys. How many days could you go for $100,000 a day to not take a shower before you crack?
Did it specifically say shower?
It's specific. Well, you thinking outside the box. You thinking outside the box. I respect it.
Because doesn't say anything about baths.
That's true. You thinking outside the box. If we could throw bass in there, we go. But it's bass are probably roped into
Clean
it.
your body. How about that?
Yeah, just
If it
clean
is
your
2
body.
days.
Clean your
2
body.
days max.
Really? Like I said, if I could control what I was doing, like let's say I just took PTO for this little challenge, I just sit around the house and that's it, and I could still wear deodorant, I could push it probably to a milli, and after that I'm like, hey, I'm good with a milli, let's take a shower.
My beard is too thick to go more than 2 days.
That's fair.
Yeah, and to tell you the truth, gentlemen, there are times I take 2 showers a day. I'm
Yeah,
just gonna
me
be
too.
honest with you. I can't stand to go to bed dirty.
Yep.
I can't stand to go
Wake
to work
up
dirty.
with a
I
shower,
can't
start the day.
I can't stand it. I'm telling you. And so
Yep, I
whenever I was
understand.
selling fireworks on the 4th, there were nights that I would go to the truck stop, the nearest truck stop, to shower. And then if I didn't have that resource, because it cost like almost $20 a shower, but what I would do is I would take these 1-gallon jugs of water, dump it on me. I'd have a swimsuit on, of course, and scrub myself and just continue to dump it on me. I had to do that a few times too. So I mean, I can do the whatever we call it. What is it? The redneck shower, the hillbilly
yeah.
shower, whatever the case may be. I can do that, but going without, that's tough. 2 days at most.
So a nice $200K for both of you. Again, if I had to like go to work and stuff, it also depends on what time of the year. If it's the winter, I could probably push it to 5 pretty easy and just be like, just tough it out. Like I'll just lather up in deodorant and stuff. But if it's like during my busy season, I think I'm probably going to crack after like a day. It's like, well, I got a quick 100K, I got a quick 100 because, man, I love my showers, brother. Take 2 a day, man. I love my showers. I don't know how far I could go. But again, if I could plot around this, take time off for it, just sit at the house the entire time, use deodorant and stuff nonstop, then you know what? We might can push to a mill. It'd be a little tough. It'd be tough, but I think we could do it. Think we could do it.
And the Dude Wipes company also made a shower wipes, by the way.
Ooh, we need to get sponsored by Dude
Stop.
Wipes one of these days. I've been reached out by Manscaped a few times, so we're in the right realm. We're in the right realm. We just need to keep pushing forward. So, just like we need to keep pushing forward on the show and keep giving the best show possible, that's what we're going to hopefully do today, because we're here to do better for our guy Giovanni. We're here to do better for him. Go to SparkTheShop.com right now and pick up a Do Better shirt. Let's go ahead and jump into things, boys. We got a lot to talk about today. We are going to still continue our 5-topic format. All of it being timed, of course. We'll see if we can make it through the show in a reasonable time. Let's jump into it. All right, timer's starting. Let's go. Topic 1, biggest winner and or loser from college football week 1, or the biggest overreaction from the weekend. There was a lot of things that took place this weekend. We had a lot of good matchups. There was a lot of surprises. There were some shocks, whatever. So just, let's talk about it. It can be a single player, maybe a group of players, maybe one side of the offense. It could be an entire team, maybe because of rankings that just dropped today, a single coach. Maybe it's because of you, because maybe you lost a bet. Who is the biggest winner and or loser from college football week 1? Tyler, how about we kick it off to you first? In your opinion, who is the biggest winner and or loser, or what is the biggest overreaction from this weekend?
This is a two-parter.
Okay, we like two-parters.
One, because I'm sitting in the seat, so I got to take a shot at somebody. So
Okay.
you're going to get the first shot. So
Whoa.
the biggest winner and loser, that's Hawaii football. Because they won, then they lost. There you go.
That's what we do.
Not
do.
undefeated, not winless. There
That's
you go.
what we do.
Hey, perks. Biggest loser is definitely Bill Belichick's girlfriend, because she
Oh.
I think she was late for school today, because I feel like Bill was very, very heated last night after that loss. So she might have missed her first class or the school bus. I don't know.
my
I don't know if he takes her to school or not.
I love the show.
This is diabolical. Oh, my Lord.
This is
The
that's gotta go on the intro.
the biggest winner is ATFS, and that is because we are no longer Florida State, and Florida State is back on top.
No,
So-
well, hold on. We're still a very anti-Florida State
Well,
show.
if they keep winning, we can't say it. So who's going to be the first?
I'm going to probably be the one to crack. I'm allotting like maybe an F-bomb once a show. So I'll probably be the one to crack and deliver that F-bomb. But
A little later on.
yeah, a little later on, let's try to get it past the first few minutes of the show, Tyler. Let's follow back up to that a couple weeks ago. Let's try to, wait a little bit before we drop an
Maybe
F-bomb.
9 minutes in.
Maybe 9, maybe 10. I'm not sure. Ricky, what about you? I mean, who is the biggest winner or loser, or what is the biggest overreaction from the weekend for you?
So I'll just give you, this is the easiest question on who the biggest winner is, and it's definitely Florida State. And the reason why it's Florida State is because we saw what Florida State did last year. They were a 2-win football team last year, and they went in and they beat a team. And I understand that this is DeBoer's second season, but this is also the same DeBoer who cried like a little baby because Bama didn't get in the playoff last year. Now you understand why Bama didn't get in the playoff last year. So I think the biggest winner by far is Florida State. The biggest loser by far is Alabama, because Alabama is now on this little tear of going away from Nick Saban. Of course, Nick Saban, hopefully retired, whatever the case may be. And now you're stuck in a situation with a coach that you shouldn't have hired to begin with. I don't care what his record. I understand how his records look. I understand that he's been like this miracle worker of a coach who has come aboard. Wherever he's gone, he has been able to have success. I get all that, but you've never seen him have long-term success. That's kind of where I think the push comes to shove when it comes to hiring coaches. If you want to put someone else that's on top for this weekend, I'd put LSU up there, because LSU had a big win against the Clemson team. Their offense looked really good. Their defense looked really good. And then obviously, and I'm not going to take Jacobs because I know who Jacobs is going to be here in a minute, but I won't say Ohio State. Let's just put it that way. I won't explain Ohio State. I'll let Jacob explain that one. So give me Florida State as the biggest winner, Alabama's the biggest loser, and then I would put LSU on top. I think LSU has a very good chance of winning the SEC.
Ooh, okay. All right. We love to hear it. We love to hear it. Now, Jacob, is he giving you that easy layup? Is that where you're going with things, or are you going in a different direction?
That's not where I was going at all, actually.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
I was actually going to go a completely different route than what you guys were thinking that I was going to do.
Well, I mean, you are an Ohio State guy, so.
Biggest winner is the Tennessee Volunteers for dodging that bullet that was Nico.
Oh,
Let me tell you,
that's a good twist.
They have an absolute stud at quarterback.
With Joey?
Yes, I do.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Hey.
And biggest loser?
I was going to say, in my college football dynasty last year, the first one I did, Joey won the Heisman at Appalachian State. I'm just saying.
App State, what?
Yeah. Yeah, he won the Heisman at App State in my dynasty last year in college football 25. So it's destiny. He's going to win the Heisman this year with Tennessee.
I'm going to add on to that real quick. My dynasty last year, Gio Lopez won the Heisman, and you see what happened to him and Bill.
Well, you know what? Different year. Okay. Different year. All right, Jacob, continue.
Biggest loser? Boise State. They go into this season trying to regain and reload. They're out. One game into the season, they're already out of the conversation. We don't even need to worry about them. They're not going to be in the college football playoffs this year. Abysmal outing by them, by the Broncos.
Fact.
Yeah, no, that was abysmal. Now it brings the question is who is already the leader for that group of five to take that playoff spot? Like right now after week 1, who would be that potential leader? Is it the simple Giovanni do better Tulane Green Wave? Or is it someone else? Because I mean, it doesn't look like it's gonna be Boise State.
It's honestly between I would say Tulane's up there. Obviously South Florida's up there, but I still think there's a MAC school that could potentially squeeze in there.
Yes, sir.
Between Toledo and Ohio.
Yeah.
Even though they lost week 1, I still think there's room for them to regain momentum.
Right. And I will say USF is going to be one to watch, man. I said that during predictions. Byron Brown, he's back. He's healthy. They got a starting receiver back. The one thing about USF that, that's going to have to be watched this year is just their defense, because their defense last year was not great. But, obviously we saw what they did against Boise State. So it's like we can keep up that momentum all year long. USF could potentially be that team. Man, I would say the biggest loser for me, the more that I thought about it, and it's the biggest loser in a temporary sense, right? This is like, the question is, who was the biggest loser from college football week 1, right? For me, it's Arch Manning. Like that's the week 1 biggest loser for me because of all of the hype that's going into this game. I understand it's Ohio State. I get it. But I think everybody expected some better play from the, going into the season, absolute #1 Heisman winner. Regardless if you agree with that or not, these are the narrative and statistical and betting odds facts. So to go out and have the outing that you did against a good Ohio State defense, yes, but it's not even like you went out and played like an absolute superstar against that great defense. You played like a quarterback, an average quarterback. Now, granted, this is a very temporary biggest loser. Give it a week. Give it 2 weeks. Give it 3 weeks. Not going to be a big deal. Won't be the biggest loser in the future. This is strictly a week 1 deal. Biggest overreaction, that's one I've kind of gone back and forth on because the question is, I've kind of brought it to Bill Belichick and I've brought it to UNC. Is it the biggest overreaction that Bill's not cut out for college after 1 game? Like, is that an overreaction or not? Because I've been racking my brain on this. And, when it comes to college and NFL, right, we've seen a long list of coaches go from college to NFL and not succeed. We've seen some go from college to NFL and succeed. But the opposite vein, we haven't seen it happen that often throughout history. Like the most recent one that I can think of was Lovie Smith, who was primarily an NFL coach and then went down to the college ranks and didn't ultimately succeed. There are some others that you could technically try to bring up. Like some people like to bring up Bill Walsh. I disagree. He started at Stanford for 2 years, then went to 49ers and then went back to Stanford. So I don't count that. Primarily people usually start at college and stuff, but it kind of brings up that question. Is it an overreaction to say Bill Belichick is not cut out for college? I don't know, because like you could also look at this team of where it's like, well, it's not Bill's team. He's still building the team. Yeah, he is still building the team, but at the same time, he got 30 high school recruits and 41 transfer portal. So it's like, these are guys that he did pay and bring in, but I think it is like an adjustment to the speed of the game because they are different speeds of the game. I'm not saying college is faster than the pros or anything, but there are different levels of the game. So is it an overreaction to say that Bill Belichick is not cut out for college? that's where it's. I think it's out for debate at the moment. Of a we'll see. Maybe if we have another week like this, I would say so. But I will say, not a promising first week. The first drive was electric. After that, it just that's a beatdown. That's a beatdown from a very subpar TCU team at that.
Well, I'm going to disagree with that last part that you said because I think this TCU team's going to be a little bit better than what we thought they were going to be. You just mentioned it though. They have 70 new players.
Mm-hmm.
That's a lot.
Yep.
That's an entire team.
That's a flip.
That's tough. And he has not had them very long.
Yeah.
Let's remember that. He has not had them very long. And remember what we said. Remember something that I said at the very beginning of the season. One thing that's really going to help the teams this year are the teams that have experienced players coming back to their program. North Carolina has none. They have 70 brand new players to a program. So if he's able to maintain some of these top players while recruiting and bringing some good ones in, he's basically starting from the scratch. If you think about it, he's starting from scratch right now.
Right.
So it's going to be tough. So to say that, I don't think 1 year we're going to be able to determine if he's cut out for it.
Right.
It might be year 2 and maybe year 3 if he lasts that long. The dude's 80,000 years old. So I mean, I'm just saying, in general, I think we need to pump the brakes on that because I agree with you. It's more of an overreaction than it is anything. I think he'll be fine eventually. We just got to see what he can do in the long run. This is one game we're talking about. No one cares about one game.
Right. See, that's where I've kind of
with brand new players.
Yeah, exactly. That's where I've kind of been going back and forth on is that we are only one game in, right? I understand you got for the most part, people he wanted and his guys in there, but it is if you have 30 freshmen plus 41 whatever new transfer portal, got to get them all meshed together. Haven't had them that long, so I think it is right now an overreaction, right? I think that's the kind of the direction that we're going to be going with this. And as for me, the biggest winner of the weekend, since Jacob didn't want to talk about it, I will. It's Ohio State. I mean, look, this Ohio State team was one that was going to come in and reload, right? That's what Jacob said last week. Reload. This is Penn State's time, blah, blah, blah. Reload. And they came in and they beat the number 1 team in the country. A team they beat in the playoffs last year, yeah, but that was also a different Texas team they beat in the playoffs. And they beat this new Texas team in the regular season week 1. Ohio State, biggest winner of the weekend, man, for sure. I'll go ahead and say that up front. Definitely not going to say the Canes. I'll tell you that. Definitely ain't going to say that right now. I'm not gonna. I ain't diving down that rabbit hole, and I'm definitely not going to shout out Florida State. I'm not going to go that. Although
you just did.
I do love all the reactions from Bama fans. It's 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
This is a long time coming.
I still can't stand Gus Malzahn though, so we're scrapping that part. Scrapping that part.
Fair.
Still can't stand him.
That's fair. Now that we've started to really see the downfall of the Bama Empire, Georgia, you're next. It's I can't wait for the Georgia Empire to fall one day too.
Yeah. It's not only just the Bama Empire; it's the SEC Empire in general.
Right.
Yep. Unfortunately, it's coming crashing down quickly.
Yep. Which actually can take us over to our next topic. So I'm going to restart the timer. Let's jump into it. Let's talk about some college football scheduling. So this is a topic that I got the idea from listening to Game Day. Game Day was talking about this and talking about, how week 1 was kind of set up. You had, these top 3, ranked matchups we had going on. We had a lot of other good games going on. We had this ranked versus ranked matchup for week 0. And the whole conversation is, should NCAA look at trying to revamp how scheduling is done, right? There's multiple layers to this, right? Of obviously we want stronger competition games as fans, right? That's okay. We all want that. But then there's also where there's that long complaint of, SEC always likes to schedule these cupcakes at the end of the year, this and that, whatever. And then it's just they're scheduling. I mean, look at week 2. Week 2 of this week is abysmal. There's hardly any matchups this week that are super exciting in college football. But then there's also the other layer to this conversation. It's these games are important. They're important for the group of 5 schools from a financial standpoint. They're important for the FCS schools from a financial standpoint. So my question is, should their scheduling be revamped in some way where maybe you do less conference games and kind of balance out where it's you have X amount of conference games plus maybe one in-state game if possible, because that helps bring revenue for the state. Maybe do a required one FCS matchup, or maybe how should college football scheduling work? Stay the same? Is it perfect as is? It's nature of the beast. It is what it is. Or should there be actual changes? Ricky, let's start with you.
So here's the biggest issue that people are not really thinking about. So the usual primary criteria that you usually go by is you played 8 conference games and 4 non-conference games. That's been the usual criteria. The biggest issue that we have now is that you have the Power Four who keep stacking up their conferences, who keep on
Facts.
bringing in more and more teams. So now you're getting to a point where now the SEC is going to 9 games next season for conference play, which means you have 3 non-conference games instead. That's tough in any conference. I don't care
Facts.
how tough your conference is, how weak your conference is, whatever the case may be. That just in general, non-conference games is an abysmal, and it's ridiculous that you have to play that many conference games. Because here's the thing with non-conference games. Now, this is what I will say. This is what I will say about scheduling. Conference play needs to start about week 4, week 5, because you're going to have a bye in there sometime anyway. You play non-conference to get ready for conference play. And every now and then you do get one of those ranked versus ranked matches, whatever the case may be. I don't care who you play. I don't care who you schedule. As long as it's an NCAA team playing another NCAA team, I could care less who they play. But it's the simple fact is that how are you going to be able to enforce such a thing when you have 130 FBS teams? They all have to play most of them are going to have to play 8 or 9 conference games starting next year. And a lot of these big conferences, their conference schedule is going to be strong enough to have a strong strength of schedule, whatever the case may be. So the problem is not the NCAA, it's the conferences, because every conference has different rules on when they start conference play. Because some of them start conference play week 1, as we've seen some schools that have played conference games already. That's absurd to me, and then they're playing non-conference games. That doesn't make any sense. So if they're going to do some kind of structure, they need to structure it to where you play non-conference first, then you play your conference games. That's how that's the most simple criteria that you can come up with.
Yeah, I mean, and that is a lot of good points, because it's one of those questions of, Jacob, I'm going to ask you, is this a situation of, does the NCAA need to step in and set this criteria? Because it is the conferences. The conferences are getting bloated, whatever, and it's causing these like non-conference games next year. Is this a thing where, NCAA needs to step in and set certain criteria for your 12 games a year, or 13 if you got a week 0, on how this is going to be approached?
No, I don't think the NCAA needs to step in. I think, honestly, and I'm not. This isn't coming from a biased standpoint at all. The Big Ten already has it down pat. The Big Ten has had 9 conference games for a long time. The first 3 games are always non-conference games. If anything is going to be changed, those 3 non-conference games, I think that should be the criteria, first of all. 9 conference games, 3 non-conference games. All 3 non-conference games start out in the beginning. The 3 non-conference games should be as followed. Doesn't have to be in this order, but it has to be these 3 specific things. 1, you play an FCS team. 2, you play out-of-conference FBS team that's in the Power 4. And 3, you play a Group of 5 team.
Facts.
Yes.
That's good.
You hit all 3 of those, that's it.
In some
That's
ways,
how you fix it.
But in some ways, that's tough, because not every conference is packed up like some of these other conferences are. That's what I'm trying to say. Now, one thing that you could do, and Jacob, and then this is kind of what they do in basketball. You could say, okay, you get the Power 4 groups together and say, okay, the SEC is going to play one Big Ten team, and they're going to do it in this week. The SEC is going to play an ACC school in this 1 week, or you swap it up basically to where everybody's playing like one Power 4, Power 5, whatever you want to call it, and it has to be the same week. If you did it that way, I could see it doing that way. Because if you look at basketball, in basketball they have what's called the SEC Big 12 Challenge. They've done the SEC versus the ACC, and they've done the Big Ten. I mean, they've had all kinds of challenges over the years. They do the same thing for basketball. You could do the same thing for football. But like you said, it has to be the same criteria. Because I understand you were mentioning the Big Ten. They've had 9 conference games forever. Fine, that's great. But now they have everybody, all these Power 4, these Group of 4, the Power 4, whatever. Now they have enough teams where you could do non-conference games, where before, not necessarily as much. So I'm all for whatever, but there just needs to be a straight criteria. It needs to be a lot more simple than this crap that we're getting. That's for sure.
And Tyler, how would you simplify things, or what would you do to take this approach and try to make it simplified?
Basically, what Jacob said. Like, see, the Big Ten basically keeps the MAC running. Like, that's how I view it. Like, does the SEC keep the Sun Belt?
Good point.
Like, and the SWAC.
Well, the SWAC,
Yeah, SEC does a lot with the SWAC, don't they?
Yeah, 90-0 every game. It is what it is.
Hang on. Texas Tech played UAPB the other day, and you were sconing them. You leave my UAPB golden lines alone, Tyler.
Well, it's not my fault. They're terrible. Okay. That's why Arkansas played them before anybody else, because they knew they was going to dominate them.
Exactly. It's called a tune-up game, Tyler. Everybody needs them.
Well, if everybody needs them, then what's up with these ranked versus ranked week 1 games?
They're called marquee matchup. They're called marquee matchups.
It's called a waste of time and overreaction for everybody. Okay, Texas is not going to be that bad for losing to Ohio State. Arch ain't going to be that bad for losing to Ohio State.
Right.
But because it happened week 1, everybody's going to overreact, like Alabama and Florida State. Everybody's going to overreact. Dude, just play a scrub week 1. Play still a scrub, but a little bit better week 2, and then that's when you start getting the competition week 3. That's the simplest thing I can think of. You start paying these 2 schools week 1 or 2, give them a couple $1 million because you got money, unlike Arkansas, and then you start playing the big schools, and then you start losing some more because you're in conference now.
Yeah,
at least that's what Arkansas does.
Right. No, with the approach to conference games and the overall scheduling, this is one that I was thinking about. Is I think the 9 conference games can make a lot of sense, right? Especially when you are in a conference like the Big Ten and the SEC, where you have all these very strong teams throughout the conference. That makes sense. But I also see the benefit of playing out of conference games, because one of the arguments that was being made on game day was when it comes to time for college football playoff rankings, stuff like that, teams should be awarded more for a loss versus a good ranked team than a win versus a McNeese State, for an example, because that was the example that was given. And I completely agree. I think everyone here would agree. Who gives a shit if Ohio State beats Grambling this weekend? Not a single person on this planet gives a damn.
Grambling does, because they get the money.
Well, I know they give, but I'm talking outside of the Grambling community.
They get new jerseys, man.
I'm talking from the standpoint of the rankings and stuff, no one gives a shit, right? It's like people give a shit when they play these teams, right? So it's like, the criteria that Ricky, you were talking about, I think the simplest solution, honestly, is take a page out of the NFL's book. I think that's the simplest solution. Of every year, you have your 6 division games, and every year a team will rotate between 2 divisions across the NFL that they will play the entire division of those 2 divisions, AFC and NFC, and then you have a couple of flex games thrown in there to finish off your schedule. Take the same sort of criteria or approach, mold it where it can work for college football, of where this year you're going to see Big 10 versus ACC, or this year you're going to see Big 12 and ACC, or this year you're going to see SEC Big 10 games for your out-of-conference games. Do that, and you're promoting healthier competition, which is going to help promote healthier viewership, which that's what everyone cares about, is the money. Healthier viewership for these conferences, a healthier attendance for these conferences because of these marquee matchups. Don't get me wrong, the viewership's fine now, the attendance is fine now, but if you have these marquee matchups with your out of conference games going with this criteria of okay, this year we got Big 10 SEC, with this year we have Big 12 ACC or the ACC SEC, whatever, then you are promoting more viewership, because that's what everyone cares about, is the dollars. I also think there is a benefit as well for your non-conference games to set a criteria of okay, well, you have to play an FCS school because, hey, they need the money too, right? It's good for them. Hey, you need to play a group of 5 school. A group of 5 school needs to play an FCS school. Just like Power 4 needs to play a group of 5. I even think in states where it's where it's possible, because obviously there are very select states across the country where it's not. your out-of-conference game should be with an in-conference team to further help promote in-state revenue as well. Like, there are multiple levels of this that I think could be taken when it comes to looking at how your non-conference games schedule. And again, you know, when you have someone like the Big Ten and the SEC, 9 games can make sense. But I also think there's a legitimate argument to slap that shit down to 6. 6 conference, 6 out of conference, and do this criteria of, you know, this year Big Ten's playing this conference, this year this team's playing this conference, and do a swapping criteria. I think there's arguments for both, but will it ever happen? Probably not, because again, Big Ten and SEC are stacked, but there's arguments for both.
So here's the issue with what you said, though. 6 conference games?
Yep, I stand by it.
I don't think so.
Hey, that's why it's a terrible football show, baby.
Because you're looking at that would be tough.
It would be tough, but it's not impossible.
It's not impossible, but it's improbable.
The biggest gripe with 6 games would be the fact that you would not play like one team for 2 years in a row or 3 years in a row at that point.
Correct.
With how big these conferences are.
Correct. You would have to have certain protected games, obviously, and then just go through a rotation. And there's always the thing is, though, you say that's the biggest gripe. Jacob, there's gripes right now. There's always going to be a gripe. There is no perfect method, right? There's not a perfect method.
The problem with college football is it lacks a preseason. Like the NFL has a preseason.
Well, you got week 0, of course.
College football had a preseason, you could get these games out of the way with the FCS teams in the preseason.
Well, that's basically what they are now.
It feels like it, right?
I mean, basically, yeah. But like, if college football had a designated preseason, I know the NFL is trying to get away with the preseason or away from the preseason or whatnot. But I think if college football had maybe like 1 or 2 preseason games, we could do that. We could get away with having the FCS games then and not have to worry about it in the regular season.
And so basically, because I kind of get what Jacob's trying to get at now, because right now, everything counts whether you're getting into a playoff or you're missing a playoff.
Facts.
Everything's counting whether you get into a bowl game or you're not going to get into a bowl game. Now, I could discuss how my basketball schedule is going to be for junior high this year, and it's terrible. But we won't get into that because I don't want to get in trouble. We'll discuss that off the air. But anyways, it's just not. It just doesn't make sense the way that we're doing it. So, back to Jacob's point. You could get a designated preseason for maybe the first 2 weeks. But that's tough to do too. I don't know. Like I said, there's no perfect criteria.
Yeah, there's not.
There's really not a perfect criteria. But either way, something's got to be changed. Now, the reason why the NFL can do what they can do is because they are in a shorter. There are so many less teams for the NFL. You have this broad amount. You're talking between the FCS and the FBS, you're talking nearly 250 to, if not a little bit more than that, of different schools who have football. Not to mention, there's some that don't even have football. They have just basketball. They don't have football.
Shout out to the Zags.
And between the two of them, you have over 300 plus Division I schools in this country. And so in some of them FCS teams, because they can't schedule anybody else, they got to go down and schedule Division II teams. And they get beat by these Division II teams, which is awesome.
Yeah,
so anyway, but like I said, different criteria, different talk for different day.
Yeah, no, there is no perfect method, right? Like there's no perfect method to the madness. But we as fans, we all want the same thing. We want to see schools make more money, and we want to see better marquee matchups. So what's going to be the perfect blend to help us get there? I don't know, man. That's why it's a terrible football show. We sure as shit don't know. All right, let's hit an ad break, boys. Let me see here. Let me see which ad to hit. Let me see what ad to hit here. Let's hit some Rogue Energy ad break real quick. Hey, do you like caffeine? Are you of the age of at least 18? Then maybe check out Rogue Energy. It's really good. Do you need to hydrate more? Then probably want to start with water. But if you want something that tastes good and hydrates you, then try Rogue Hydration. Do you need to chill more? Then try Rogue Chill. Do you need energy? Then drink the energy. It's really good. We have a referral link and a promo code Sparky3. You can get 10% off your order. Yeah, it's good stuff. Anyway, okay. And welcome back to the show. Hopefully you are having a great time with that ad break. All right, boys. You guys ready to hop over to the next topic? Because we actually got kind of a two-parter in a way here. So the next topic that I got lined up for us is all about Micah Parsons' trade, but it's not just talking about the Micah Parsons trade, right? Like there's a lot of different layers to this, a lot of different levels to this on what we're going to talk about. So we got two topics lined up here. Our topics 3 and 4. Let's go ahead and kick off with the first one here. When a huge trade like this happens, or you can also twist it as a huge firing happens, or something world shifting in your fandom. My question is to you guys, does that give you a free pass to trade away your team and potentially look around to other teams? And also just give your thoughts on the Micah trade real quick as well. Just because it's like, the question I have is, when is enough when it comes to suffering? Because I've seen people change fandoms from like a Cleveland Browns fan to somebody else, right?
Cleveland Browns.
I know, but basically the Cowboys are reaching Brown status, all right? Let's go ahead and pump the brakes here, buddy.
Oh, dear God.
You about to be there. But like,
No,
when is enough, right? Like when, and also does that make you a paper fan, or are you justified in leaving? And like, because it's kind of the same concept of life. It's like, hey, you're allowed to have happiness, man. You're allowed to go be happy and cut out toxicity. So let's kick off with the Cowboys fans here. Jacob, let's kick off with you. What's your thoughts on this? And what's your thoughts on the Micah Parsons trade?
Well, you've known for the past few weeks of what I've been saying about Micah Parsons. At this point, he's free. I hate that he went to the Packers of all teams, but he's free now. He's free to go do what he wants, and he finally disclosed an injury to the Packers that wasn't disclosed, which is funny.
Sure.
I kind of feel attacked by this question, not gonna lie. I kind of feel a little attacked.
I didn't put the question in, just for the record.
In my instance, I became a Cowboys fan because of Tony Romo and Jason Witten. Those guys have been long gone. I have continued to be a fan of the Cowboys after they are gone.
Because you hate your life.
But it's gotten to the point now where it's just one thing after another, disappointment after disappointment after disappointment, that I think personally, yes, it does give you a pass to jump fandoms. And you have to take a decent amount of torture before you lift the title of paper fan. I personally think I've taken a lot of that torture at this point. I don't think I would be labeled as a paper fan if I was to jump ship. So I think it's a very it's a subjective thing.
It is,
as far as paper fans concerned.
Right. Ricky, what about you as the fellow Cowboys fan here who's gone through 29 years of suffering?
So yeah, basically, of course, I'm not going to get into the story about me and my dad, but me and my dad really don't talk a whole lot. Growing up, if we watched football, it was the Dallas Cowboys, and Troy Aikman was still playing at the time. Emmett was still in the middle of his prime. Michael Irvin was toward the end of his career. So anytime we had any kind of football bond, it was the Dallas Cowboys, and I have continued my fanship through over the years. Here's how I will compare fanship. I can't really compare it with the Dallas Cowboys yet. But I will compare it, and I know this is a terrible football show. I'll compare it to the LA Lakers. I grew up in the Kobe Shaq era. Kobe was my favorite player that I've ever seen play. I'd go watch him when he came to Memphis handful of times. Watched him win championships, watched him ups and downs. He had a mentality like any other player, very similar to Michael Jordan's mentality. When the Lakers got LeBron James, I was already on the edge. I can't stand LeBron James. I don't like him. I can't stand that son of a gun. I'm dead serious. That dude is ruining the NBA. He has completely, and that I know that's another discussion for another day because it's this terrible football show. But then, not only did he come along, Rajon Rondo came along. When Rajon Rondo came along, I had to say go Rondo because I can't stand him either. He was a Boston.
Hey, that was when I was watching Boston.
Because he was a Boston Celtic.
Yeah, he was.
I couldn't stand him either. So when LeBron came along, okay, go LeBron, I guess. Then when the Rajon came, I'm like, okay, great. And so, but I got to see a different side for Rondo whenever he came to LA, and you know, you appreciate that when you're a coach and a fan and everything. You start appreciate certain things that you didn't really see before. But the way that LeBron has run the NBA is sort of how the Dallas Cowboys are going right now. That's the sort of the downhill spiral that they continue to go. I've watched the documentary, and I understand why Jerry is the way that he is. And in some ways, this is a different discussion for a different day, but in some ways, I can actually defend him. Because the fact is, the way that you have to pay your quarterback now, the way that you have to pay some of these other non-quarterback players, it's getting to the point now where you have to have this balancing system, not only with the salary cap, but with everything else. So in some ways, I can understand. I don't know if I will ever give up my fanship, but right now I am more of a Commanders fan than I am a Dallas Cowboy fan, just because I can be.
See, that's just diabolical. That's in division.
Oh, Commander, I don't give a crap. It's like rooting for the Cleveland Browns. All right, the Cleveland Browns have been crap for years.
That's diabolical.
The Commanders have been crap for years. Even when they were the Redskins, they were crap, except for the '90s. And then now they're starting to gain fame. I'm like, why not? Go Commanders.
Wow,
we can say that word.
All right. You know, Tyler, what's your thoughts? Because you've gone through a fair amount of heartbreak with both your college team and your NFL team. You've gone through the trenches with Buffalo.
Not only that, literally all of my teams have been like that.
Facts.
Like Sacramento just now became good, and then just as soon as they became good, they're back to being terrible. Okay, Buffalo is, I guess they're still good. I thought they were going to be terrible a couple years ago, but evidently they're still good. Penn State, pretty solid. Not gonna lie. Probably won't ever win anything. That's just how my life is, though. Tampa Bay Rays, 2 World Series. Probably won 3 total games. It's pretty tough. It's pretty tough being a fan of all these terrible teams. But hey, it's looking pretty solid for me right now. My teams are on the upswing, except Sacramento. They're still going down because they're getting these old guys that they think are good. Buffalo, they signed Gabe Davis again. They signed Jordan Poyer. So I'm assuming they're going back to the 2022, 2023 Bills, and they're going to recreate the 13 seconds, but they're actually going to win this time.
There you go. Redemption.
The downside is Kansas City is not going to be that team that they got to beat because they're past their prime. Now we're going to head strong in that one. They're past their prime now. Giovanni, I hope you're not a Chiefs fan. I don't want to hear about that in the comments. But no, yeah. If I was to switch teams, which Sacramento almost got me to switch teams when they were thinking about selling. Buffalo, hey, if Trump would have bought them, they would stay. If Bon Jovi would have bought them, they were going to Canada. I probably would have had to switch. Can't support the Canadians.
Okay? Whoa.
We suck in Toronto, okay?
Whoa.
We play in Toronto a few times.
Canada.
Now I will sing that song. That is a fancy song. Just the old Canada part. I don't know about for the French that they got in there. I'm too white for that. But yeah. If I was to change teams, I probably should have did it when we were the laughing stock, kind of like the Lions were a few years ago.
You had EJ Manuel, that was your window out, buddy.
I had to hold my comments because
you had a window out with EJ Manuel. You didn't take it.
We chose the wrong Florida State quarterback, and EJ Manuel was the worst one. That he was worse than Christian Ponder.
That's saying something.
And that right there, the fact that EJ was the first quarterback and the only quarterback in the first round. Fact check me. I'm pretty sure he's the only quarterback in the first round that year, and that is embarrassing. I mean, he did have pretty good preseason games. He was a preseason beast. But outside of that, yeah. Buffalo, dog, like, I should have jumped ship about 2010, 2011 when we lost like 10 straight games. And I was in high school, dude. I think we was like 5-3 and finished 5-11 or something like that. It was terrible. It was terrible. Penn State probably. If Joe Paul would have. I'm gonna rephrase that because he did die. Okay, if Joe Paul was not the head coach at Penn State, I probably would not be a Penn State fan. But I loved Joe Paul growing up, and I just had to stick with him. Now, if Billy O.B. would have still been the head coach, probably would jump ship when everybody else was jumping ship because that was my opportunity. That's when everybody could leave the school and not get penalized. This was the NIL transfer portal before the transfer portal. You got a free shot at transferring and not having to sit out. That was their test run. And I probably should have dipped out then, but I didn't, and it's paying off for me a little bit. We're not crying as much. Still crying though. Still see Ohio State on the schedule. That's an automatic loss. I see a bunch of other teams on my schedule. Automatic win. You know what you're getting. You know what you're getting from Penn State. You know what you're getting from Buffalo. You're gonna get one random loss, and you're gonna get a bunch of wins. That's what it is. I will say if Buffalo trades Josh Allen, this might be the F-bomb.
Okay, yeah. Okay, that might be the F-bomb that day.
But I don't think the Pagulas can have two terrible Buffalo teams. They do own the Sabres, so they gotta have somebody good. Because their daughter's only good for so long in tennis. She's gonna get old eventually. Until then, she's gonna keep dominating tennis, not win anything. Still is Buffalo.
Yeah. No, I think it's an interesting question on when is it appropriate to potentially look at swapping teams? Because a lot of people are just going to say it's not. Once you're in a fandom, you're in a fandom. If you leave the fandom, then you're a fake fan. I mean, there is that legitimate argument. But at the same time, hey, if you're in a very miserable fandom, then you know what? Then I think it might be fair for you to look elsewhere. It might be fair. I have been on the record on this show that if the Bears ruined the golden egg that they got over these last few years, that might have been it for me. That might have been it, because it's like I've never seen a team have the opportunity that this team has had the last few years to build the team to the point that we've gotten now, where it's like, oh man, it looks like it's all going to get paid off. I was close. I was very close. And if it just goes up in smoke, then at that point, like, look, up front, Bears are cursed. Cursed. Up front, they're cursed. If this all goes up in smoke, cursed. You didn't do anything crazy. You didn't do anything wild. You drafted the safest and highest prospect QB in that draft. You signed the top-notch coordinator everybody wanted. If everything goes up in smokes, we're cursed. We're cursed. That simple. Is what it is. And then I might look to go elsewhere, but I sure as shit am not going to make Jaguars number one. Jaguars is my fun team because I like their logo and their color scheme, and it's the first team that I really started to be a fan of on my own and not be influenced by somebody. So I'm going to stick with them, but they ain't about to be number one. That ain't happening. I ain't about to go from one suffering fandom to another suffering fandom. All right, we jumping on to a Super Bowl champion. Okay, I'm about to be a Philadelphia Eagles fan with Steve. Fly, Eagles, fly. Here we go. I will be insufferable on this show with you guys. I hope you're ready for it. All right, let's talk about the next thing, though, and this still relates to the Micah Parsons trade. All right, let's hit the next topic. The topic that this one was one Steve put in. Shout out to Steve. In the NFL, are we still in that age where a single player, non-QB that is, can be that piece that takes a team to a championship, make or break of that team? And that's especially considering the money and the assets that come into play to achieve that said player. So we're looking at the Micah Parsons trade specifically on what the Green Bay Packers needed to spend money-wise to get him, right? And is he the piece that's going to take the Packers to be number one in the North, to take them to a Super Bowl? This is not the NBA, right, where one player can literally lead a team to a championship. Are we in that era where, like, this is a thing, or is it better for teams to be safe on certain transactions and signings and stuff whenever it comes to going outside your team? Because obviously when you have a good player on your team, you want to re-sign them and retain that talent and keep building. But when you're outside that team and you have to reach out and get somebody, is that player the defining piece? Because we've seen plenty of times in the past where this player comes onto a team and we've seen it where it fails tremendously and that's not the piece they needed, but we have seen times where it's worked. Saquon Barkley is a good example. He was a huge piece of that Eagles run. You know, in terms of a quarterback piece, Matthew Stafford was a good example. He was a great piece of that run. Quarterback, I know. So it's just like, how much is that a factor in today's game? And will Micah be the one to actually take the Packers over the hump? Ricky, let's start with you.
So basically, to answer your question about non-QB, that remains to be seen. I don't think we have any one defender right now that's in the National Football League that says, "Oh, if you take this defender out, they're not going to win a championship." Usually that's one of the skill positions like quarterback, because you definitely need a quarterback role. There's a reason why the quarterback's the highest paid player in the game. There's a reason for that. And a lot of the reasons why you were starting to see, like I tried to say earlier, a lot of the reasons why you were starting to see key pieces like a Micah Parsons go away from the Dallas Cowboys, is you really can't afford them. You can't afford to pay a high-paying quarterback. You can't afford to pay a high-paying running back. You can't afford to pay too many of what we call the high skill position players or whatever the case may be. Now, I will give it this much. Micah Parsons is he is a fantastic player. But I even answered this question last week. I said the defense was going to be good with him. They're going to be just fine without him. And so I don't think you're necessarily going to see many defenses where you have this one key player that all of a sudden he goes and, oh my God, the defense is going to be bad. No, because the defense, it just depends on the position you play in. Now, will it hurt them as far as sacks-wise goes? Maybe. Usually when a defensive front gets a tackles because they get a good push. And if you've seen the Dallas Cowboys over the last few years, they've got some pretty decent defensive tackles pushing up the offensive line. And that's why you've been able to have Micah Parsons get a little bit more free off the edge and be able to get these sacks and everything like that. So I don't think it's necessarily one thing, because in football, and Shane is one of the ones that will tell you this as much as I will. You have a good offensive front, you have a good defensive front, you're going to be fine. But with the way the age is working with the NFL and the way that they're having to pay these salaries, you're not going to see many besides the quarterback, you're not going to see many skill positions like the Dallas Cowboy had as far as talent-wise goes. You're not going to be able to pay them all. And that's why I am a strong believer the quarterback needs to be away from the salary cap and just take the salary cap and let it fit everybody else, because you're not going to be able to pay a receiver like CD Lamb like they paid last year. You're not going to be able to pay good offensive linemen. You're not going to be able to pay good defensive linemen. You're not going to be able to pay corners and safeties, which you desperately need. The rest of them you can fit in and be okay with. Now, to answer the other question with Micah Parsons going to Green Bay, he'll help. He'll be a big difference. They're not going to the Super Bowl. They don't have the pieces to go to the Super Bowl. Green Bay is also one of those mid-market teams. They're not willing to pay a whole lot more than what they're paying Micah Parsons for. So that does remain to be seen. But are they a Super Bowl team? Not even close.
Jacob, you were making a lot of facial expressions during my build-up. Let's hear your thoughts on it.
Yeah, we haven't been in an age where a single player takes a team to a championship since like the 80s or 90s. It's been a long time, and that's even a stretch in and of itself, saying the 80s and 90s. It's not really basketball, like you said. There's 5 guys on a basketball team, starters. There's 11 starters on either side of a football team. There's a lot more guys on a football team than there are on a basketball team. It takes a lot more guys. It takes a lot more talent than just one single person. Is Micah going to be the guy for Green Bay? Potentially. I don't think he is going to be, specifically because of this back injury that he has to his spine. I think it's going to nag him for a very long time. I don't think he's going to get the proper treatment up in Green Bay. Not saying that their medical staff at all is incompetent. I'm just saying that I don't think he's going to have as much resources as a Jerry Jones-led Cowboys team would have with the backing of Jerry Jones's wallet.
That's true. That's fair. It's a fair statement.
I don't think we haven't been in that era in a very, very, very long time.
Okay. What about you, Tyler?
I will say the NFL is not as bad as baseball when it comes to one player, because the Angels have the best player in Mike Trout, one playoff appearance or one game of playoffs. And they had Ohtani, and Ohtani left and went to a stacked team. But I think the NFL, man, it's just everybody's getting paid. And would you rather pay one player $47 million or get a bunch of guys that can fit your system for $47 million? I think I would rather just get a bunch of guys that can have chemistry, that's not getting paid a lot to try to win the championship. The one player like Buffalo's got Josh, and then they got Josh, so that's a quarterback, but he's also a running back, Lamar Jackson. I don't think the NFL it's not set up to have one player win a championship. Like they don't, like Aaron Donald, best interior defensive lineman, didn't win nothing. He didn't? Did he retire before they won?
No, he was the MVP of the game.
Okay, well, it took him
got
to retiring.
Got to Matt Stafford, to help help with the offense, to push him over the hump.
Yeah, it got him to retirement stage to win. Like, and he was dominant for so many years, even though he was from Pitt. Not a Pitt fan over here. Evidently, do produce Hall of Famers. I will say I watched that one, the PL days. I said Pitt was not the very good NFL producers. I'm sorry about that. I'm just a hater, okay?
You got two of the GOATs from Pitt now. Come on now.
Hey, I'm just a hater, okay? Just a hater. Pitt Panthers. Not a rival. But I don't. Maybe Travis Hunter is gonna be that guy.
No, shut up.
Whoa,
shut up.
Okay, I'm sorry.
It's basically saying Jacksonville's winning the Super Bowl, Alex.
I mean, that would be cool to see, but it ain't gonna be because of Travis Hunter. It's because of a lot of pieces.
That just means T-Law gonna be good if he out there throwing the.
Facts. No, I mean,
it'll be about time.
Look, yeah, facts on that too. Big facts. No, outside the quarterback position, I just think it's really rare to see one player come in and just change the entire team. Change the energy of the team. Because obviously, like even if you have that one player like Gronk. Saquon Barkley come in, for example, for the Eagles last year, rushed for over 2,000 yards. That was a huge factor. But there was obviously a lot of other factors that helped get them there, with a great defense, great offensive line, great receivers, Jalen continuing to get better, whatever, right? So it's like, can you attribute straight down to Saquon that he was the determining factor? No. But did he help a lot? Yeah, he did. But it's just like, is there that one player in a trade that truly changes the trajectory of a team? I think it's very rare to see it. I mean, a good example of a player that I feel like changed the trajectory of a team, Randy Moss to the Patriots. That changed the trajectory of that team for that season, that's for damn sure, even though it was the Patriots. But they went 16-0 and set a new passing TD record and a new receiving TD record in the year one of Randy Moss at the Patriots.
Well, he is the GOAT.
He's not the GOAT. I wouldn't go that far. He's the GOAT at being number 2 of all time. So anyway.
Wow.
No, that's not a wow. What are you even talking about? Jesus
that is a wow.
Christ. Look, that is the one position that's not debatable. Calm down.
Dude, he moaned the opposing fans after scoring a touchdown. Okay, he deserves some credit for that.
All right,
did your boy Rice do that?
I'll give you some credit on that one.
And then the number 3 guy, T.O., ate some popcorn in Dallas.
That's facts.
Okay,
and did push-ups in his driveway in Philadelphia.
And he did the little standing on the star when he wasn't in Dallas.
That's true.
I guess he was in Dallas if he was standing on the star.
No, that was when he was a 49er.
No, I'm saying he wasn't in Dallas, but he was in Dallas.
Well, yeah, he was in Dallas, but he was a 49er.
Okay, but he was in Dallas when he did it.
You know what I'm saying? Not the point. But
I will say this much. And I don't care if you're a Cowboys fan or not. I highly encourage you to watch the documentary on Netflix. Because one of the things that Jerry pointed out in his earlier years was when he traded Herschel Walker.
Yeah, I saw clips.
Herschel Walker, and then he was able to, not maybe necessarily right then and there, but he was able to develop that 90s team that was really, really good. So I'm just saying, like, there's a madness to his thinking, and it just hasn't worked in the last 30 years. I'm waiting for it to work.
Yeah,
That's all I'm waiting
last
for.
29
It's for it
years.
to work.
So, 29 years to
Yep.
be exact. So, long time. No, it'll be interesting to see how this Packers thing and the Micah Parsons things go. But all I got to say, I said this to my boss. You're sitting there as Jerry Jones and the Dallas Cowboys, and you have 30 other franchises that you could have considered trading to, and you trade to the Green Bay. I'm going to go ahead and say it. The Green Bay fucking Packers.
Who I will say about Green Bay, they are the only franchise that owns 2 teams.
The Chicago Bears.
Facts.
We're going to
Yeah,
Alex.
That's the only reason. That is the only reason.
Alex, you jinxed yourself. You jinxed yourself. You jinxed the Bears. You were trying to will it into existence for Micah to go to the Bears, and it backfired on you, sir.
Going to an ad break. We're going to the next topic to wrap up the show.
And now Micah Parsons is going to sack Caleb Williams 5 times in one game.
Ad break. Let's shout out some merch. We have a merch store. It's not that great, but we have one. Sparky3shop.com. You can go pick up some really poorly designed merch, like the B shirt, which I think is actually really awesome. We have this thing called the Lonely Boy. It's just a cool little design. I'll put more terrible merch in there, especially if you recommend stuff, then I will probably put stuff in there. We have some really poorly designed hats, so that's cool. Yeah, and I think that's it. Spark3shop.com. It's in the description below somewhere. Sparky3shop.com. It's a place you can visit and buy some merch, I guess, if you're feeling spicy. See ya. And welcome back after a merch ad break. Over to sparky3shop.com. Pick up some merch right now. And we'd appreciate that extra support. Let's wrap up the show, boys, in beautiful fashion. We're down to the last topic of the day here, and then we're going to get all of our predictions for the week. We'll run through all of that and wrap up the show in beautiful fashion. All right, so hitting the timer, let's hop to it. The last topic I got for us is NFL kickoff weekend. What team or player is going to shock the world this weekend in a good or a bad way? Tyler, I haven't kicked off to you since the first topic, so let's send it over your way. Who's going to be shocking the world this weekend?
This is going to be Travis Hunter.
Ooh. In a good way or a bad way, though?
He's going to have it's going to be a very good way. It'll be a very good way.
Okay.
Because the Sanders family has been going through it. Okay. And little cousin Hunter has got to pick them up because they're all feeling down. So he's going to get a receiving touchdown and a pick 6. Calling it now. Pick 6 and a receiving touchdown.
What an electric start to his career if that happens.
If only he was a kick returner.
I know, right?
Yeah, he might be a kick returner. I don't know.
Yeah. I don't think so. I don't think he's set for kick returner, bud.
He got the wrong glasses for it.
Yeah, I know. Jacob, what about you? What team or player is going to shock the world this weekend in a good or bad way?
I think the Giants are going to shock the world in a very good way this weekend.
Really? Against the Commanders?
I do.
Commanders are favored -6.5 right now, brother.
I know.
It's one of the biggest spreads this weekend.
I took the Giants with my parlay this weekend.
Ooh, you're playing deadly there.
I like playing with fire. I am a ginger.
I mean, that's true. Okay, why the Giants?
I have a feeling that they finally have the pieces to squeak out a shocking upset. And why not week 1? Why not week 1? This Commanders team isn't as good as it was last year. I think the Giants just got better over the offseason, so why not?
Okay. All right. Ricky, what about you? You're over there licking your lips and licking your chops at this topic. What do we got lined up from you?
The New York Jets will shock the world, and they will win their first home game against the Pittsburgh Steelers this weekend.
Oh, so you don't have Aaron Rodgers getting revenge?
Nope.
Okay. All right. No revenge for Aaron Rodgers this weekend.
I'm really praying that I'm right.
Oh, my God.
Please, dear God, let Aaron Rodgers go in 17. Amen.
Wow.
Anyways, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
1-16.
But yeah, Jets over Jets over Pittsburgh at home this weekend.
Okay. I've gone up and down this list, and I've thought about the players, I've thought about the coaches, I've thought about the teams. Like, man, who am I going to shout out that's going to shock the world this weekend? Should I just give the basic answer and just say that the Chicago Bears are going to come out and drop 74,000 points and win the game and set a new NFL record for most points scored in a game? Yeah, I could come out and say that. I very well could. That's not going to happen. I know. I'm not an idiot. But I keep looking up and down this list, and I'm looking at the spreads, and I'm looking at multiple things. I've got one particular team that my eyes just keep coming back to, and funny enough, it's against another team that I like. I think the Carolina Panthers are going to shock the world this weekend. Carolina's been dog shit for years. And don't get me wrong, they're not playing a superstar team in the Jacksonville Jaguars. I understand that. But the Jags are favored in this game, -3.5. The Carolina Panthers are the Carolina Panthers. They had to call Hunter Renfrow 43 times to get a hold of him because his daughter was watching Bluey and kept ignoring the calls. But you know what? Hunter Renfrow is back in Carolina. He's back home where he belongs, even though they traded Adam Thielen. I just have this sneaky feeling, as I said in my predictions, that Carolina is going to shock the world this year and not have a losing record. That doesn't mean they're going to win the division. But I think they're going to be 9-8, go over above 500. I just have that feeling that this weekend, Bryce Young and the Carolina Panthers are going to shock the world. You're going to see Bryce come out. He's going to sling it. No INTs. He's going to have a great QBR. He's going to have a lot of yards. He's going to have a couple tuds and lead the Carolina Panthers to victory this weekend against the Jacksonville Jaguars in Jacksonville. So you're going on the road a few hours down south and going to catch that dub. I think Carolina is going to be the one to shock the world in a positive way. Now, when talking about shocking the world in a negative way, oh, man, I don't even know where to start on some of these teams. I mean, I don't know if there is a team that would necessarily shock the world in a negative way this weekend. Across the board, looking at it, I think the only team that has the legitimate possibility to shock the world in a negative way this weekend is two teams. The Kansas City Chiefs would shock the world if they were dog shit, and the other one is the Chicago Bears. I mean, they can shock the world in a bad way and just come out and just lay a giant egg, which I'm expecting some growing pains. I'm not expecting perfection by any means. I think we're going to see the first 4 weeks for the Bears have some ups, have some downs. That's just what I'm anticipating. So I don't know if there's going to be anyone that's going to shock the world in a bad way. I think the Dallas Cowboys are going to absolutely get their shit wrecked on Thursday. That's where I'm at, though. It's not going to be pretty. It's going to be brutal. It's going to be brutal. You guys are going to lose. You guys are going to lose 48-0. I mean, just go ahead and just get ready. Just get ready. It's going to be a rough time. You guys are not going to have fun.
Wrong. Watch this be the one year that the Cowboys actually make it to an NFC Championship.
Right.
The 1 year.
Right there where you're on the edge and you're teetering and it's just man, I don't know. And then here they are, NFC Championship, Dallas Cowboys. Just to lose in the NFC Championship. Brutal.
Yeah, you notice I didn't say Super Bowl. I said NFC Championship.
Yeah, I know. All right, before we move over to prediction stuff, is there any other shout-outs you guys want to give for the upcoming weekend? Any other shocks that you might want to throw out into existence or maybe even try to manifest?
Danny Dimes is back.
Yo, did you guys see that Indianapolis is actually favored in that game? Against the Dolphins. Yeah, the spread right now. Let me go look at it again. Indianapolis -1.5. That the fact that God, fuck the Colts. I dropped the second one. Sorry, guys. Is what it is. Do better. Do better. Unprofessional. Go to spark3shop.com right now and pick up some merch. I need it to help motivate me to do better. All right, we ready to hop into college football week 2 predictions, boys?
Let's do it.
All right, let me hit some tunes. I got some new tunes over here for the listeners and for me and Tyler. Obviously not for you guys. Sorry. So let's do this one. It's got kind of a vibe.
I always got music in my head.
Yeah. Well, that might be a little unhealthy, honestly. Is it like elevator music? What's going on up there, buddy?
It depends on my mood.
All right, fair enough. All right, let's do it, boys. College football week 2. So let's run through some ranked and notable / fun matchups. So the first one we've got is Illinois at Duke. Give me Illinois in this game. I'm feeling it, brother. I like Bert Bielema and what he's Big Billy Burt and what he's doing.
Yeah. Who's next?
Go around. It's prediction time. Go around.
Okay, I'll be second, so that way we can make it and keep it in order. I also have Illinois in this game. I don't think Duke is that good.
Okay. All right. Jacob, what you got?
Yeah, I'm gonna second that. I don't know why this game is one of the more notable fun matchups because Illinois is about to smack the hell out of Duke.
Look, I just threw something on there. Okay, leave me alone. I was trying to get more than just 2 things to shout out on there. Okay.
Miami and Virginia.
Hey, calm down. Calm down over there. Tyler, what about you? What do you got?
I dislike Burt in the SEC. Well, I love him in the Big Ten. But my guy Manny is in Duke. And
He is at Duke. Former Miami head coach, too.
Go Devils that are blue.
Okay. Go Devils that are blue.
Gotta be different.
Yeah. And also just shout out to that entire pick segment. I totally forgot that for predictions, I also call people out. My bad. Do better. Do better. Go pick up the shirt right now. All right, next up, we got Baylor and SMU. I'm rocking with SMU on this one. Ricky, who you got?
Yeah, Baylor did not look good last week against Auburn at all. I thought they were going to be a lot better on both ends of the football. I didn't think Auburn looked any better, but they still won. As SMU is a better team, I'll take SMU.
Okay. Jacob, what about you?
I'm still thinking Baylor is a dark horse for the Big 12. Give me Baylor in the upset.
Okay. All right. What about you, Ty?
Yeah, Baylor looked terrible against Auburn. SMU last year looked atrocious against Penn State. So for that reason, give me Baylor.
Okay. Respect. Next thing
You just compared Auburn with Penn State. Never mind. I'm done. I can't do this no more.
To be fair, we did play a couple years ago and dominate them. So.
Oh, my God. All right, next up, let's go. We got Iowa and Iowa State. Battle for the Iowa Corn Cy-Hawk Trophy. Give me Iowa State on this one because Iowa is terrible besides defense special teams. That will never change.
Unfortunately, yes, that will never change, and for that reason, Iowa State should win this game. Usually, and like I said, this rivalry that they've had, very hard to predict. This one's the easiest one I think I've ever had to predict. And if Iowa State loses this one, I'm done picking this game for the rest of my life. Next year, I'm just doing a coin flip, and if it lands on heads, it's one team. If I land on tails, it's the other. This should be the easiest decision I've ever made in this rivalry. Give me Iowa State.
All right, what about you, Jacob?
Iowa State's only favored by 3.5, though. I think Iowa's defense is definitely going to keep them in the game for a while. Not the entire game, though. Give me the Cyclones. Unfortunately, I hate Iowa State with a burning passion.
Now, that's a random hatred. I'm going to need background story on that here soon. Tyler, who do you got?
Oh, my gosh. I cannot wait for this one.
That's going to be funny. So Iowa State is...
cornbread fed dude that he ran into with Coke.
Well, there was a guy, my guy Javad. He was from Iowa. I really don't know. There's a backstory behind that. He was from Iowa, went to Iowa State. I don't know. He loved both schools. Hey, I associated Iowa with him more than Iowa State, but evidently he went to Iowa State. And I don't know. It's kind of like you go to Arkansas State. You love Arkansas, but you hate. I don't know. It's all good. Iowa State is coming to Jonesboro next week, and they're paying Arkansas State $0 because they did a home and home. I don't know if that's financially smart for Arkansas State, but hey, if it gets money in the door, that's what it is. For that reason, make Iowa State win so Arkansas State can beat them.
That is some hell of a logic that you got going on over there, buddy. Jesus Christ.
Go Javad. I don't know where you're at.
All right, let's go hit up the host and the panel's game of the week. So the first one we got is Houston at Rice, the Bayou Bucket Classic. And just for context, I'm currently in a Rice dynasty in college football 26. And I understand.
You're in a pickle.
Jacob's shaking his head because I beat Ohio State at Ohio State. I want the record to be known. I didn't expect to win that game. I scheduled them to purposely lose, and I can't help it. I won. All right, leave me alone. Anyway, so, obviously this is a very conflicting game for me because I'm currently coaching the Rice Owls and having a great time. But also, I was hyping up Houston during our predictions. Houston's favored by minus 12.5. and I was hyping it up. I need to stick up the hype that I think Houston's going to be a great Big 12 team. So with that, we're not picking Houston. We're picking the other Houston team. Give me the Rice Owls, baby. Not going to win, but I'm still picking them just because they're my team. I got to rock with them. Here we go. I have decided that they're my American team because I don't have an American team. That was why I chose Rice. I had to have an American team. I don't have one. So give me the Rice Owls in this game. They're going to get a dub, maybe. Probably not, but give me Rice. Let's go. Ricky, who do you got?
Unfortunately, I want to agree with you, but unfortunately, Houston's probably going to win this football game.
I know.
And I hope you're right.
I know.
Yeah, I love Rice. I'm the same way. I think Rice is also one of those teams that's kind of a dark horse in their conference. But I don't know. I don't see them getting past Houston.
Yeah, it's going to be tough.
It's going to be a bloodbath. It's not going to be tough. It's going to be a bloodbath is what it's going to be. Give me Houston.
I know. Tyler?
Rice last year had a guy with the last name Arkansas.
Oh,
I don't know if you know
Jesus
that.
Christ.
I didn't know that either.
You don't know that?
I didn't know he's not on the game. I didn't know that.
Yeah, his name was DJ Arkansas. That's insane. I don't.
That's elite.
I mean, I can show you.
God.
But well, my dude Big Jeff, he was Rice in a dynasty last year, in a big dynasty, and his wide receiver, I mean, he was spamming. I'm not gonna lie, Big Jeff was spamming.
Was
the
it
button.
Aaron Turner?
No, I think
Turner the Burner.
His wide receiver was like. I wish I could say this. I'm pretty sure I know his name. It starts with a D and a man. Might be wrong.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah. I'm pretty sure that was his wide receiver, little white dude. He had like.
Oh, Dawson McNeil?
No.
Oh, okay. He was a dog for me.
But yeah. He had like 40 touchdowns, but yeah. Big Jeff going crazy with it.
Yeah.
For that reason, I'm going Rice because
Yes, someone's gonna ride with me into the bloodbath.
Big Jeff was my guy back then.
Hey, I saw something that I thought was so funny when it came to Rice, and it's like the roast that they can do. So it's like, hey, you might beat us, but like our football team's average SAT score is probably higher than your entire honor rolls. So take that. And I'm just like, God, dog. Fair enough, brother. Fair enough. All right, next thing we got Tulane at South Alabama, the Do Better Bowl. Tyler, why is this on the docket here for today?
Two reasons.
So what the hell is this?
2 reasons. Same as you. You picked the team.
Yep.
We was helping each other out. We was bored at work, and he picked South Alabama. Didn't realize this was on the docket for both of us this week.
Yep, it's tough. Tough matchups.
I have currently started my South Alabama dynasty. I did my recruiting. Got in probably like a couple minutes into the game. Throw an interception. FCS East. They are the it is a official word for like what's it called?
The fish?
No. It's an official word. Like not an admiral, not a judge. It's I don't know. Whatever it's something crazy. I'm not gonna lie, something crazy. So South Alabama should have been my choice. But then you got Tulane. You got Mr. Do Better.
Giovanni. Yeah, you gotta pay respects.
Giovanni, man. Dude, Tulane is a dogs.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Evidently, Tulane to him is about to be national championships.
Facts.
Dude, you got to go 12-0 with Tulane. It sucks to go on 11-1 South Alabama.
Here we go. Now the question is, should I ride with Tyler with his South Alabama Jaguars or go with Giovanni, the Do Better Tulane Green Wave? It's a tough call. But I'm going to ride with my boy. Give me South Alabama Jaguars. Let's ride. Ricky, who you got?
Oh, so the only reason I'm not going to pick South Alabama was because I picked them to win their division last year in the Sun Belt, and they screwed me over.
That's on you.
Tulane.
Jacob.
I had a really terrible week in predictions this past week, so
saw.
I'm playing it safe. I'm going with Tulane.
All right, fair enough. All right, next up we got Ohio at West Virginia. Jacob, what do we got going on over here?
He's trying to get some wins.
I referenced it earlier that there are still some dark horse picks alive for the college football playoff from the MAC Nation. Ohio is one of them, and this is going to be one of the key wins that leads them to that position for the college football playoffs. I have Ohio on their upset here because I think this team is really good, and I honestly don't like this West Virginia team this year. Yeah, they scored 45 points last week, but it was against nobody.
Okay. All right. Ricky, what about you?
Yeah, I'm on the same page with Jacob on this one. I think West Virginia has taken a little slip this year. And I think Ohio is going to be one of those teams that's going to be good for the MAC. Give me Ohio over West Virginia.
Okay. Tyler, MAC Nation, what we got?
I love Parker Navarro. That man can run.
He's a dog.
And Pat went to West Virginia.
True.
Pat is he's a top 5 punter.
He's a Hall of Famer.
He is a Hall of Famer
at West Virginia.
They do have an awesome song. It is a top tier song.
Yeah.
Take Me Home, Country Roads. Jacob, we're going to Ohio.
Let's get it.
And let's make it 4 for 4. Give me the Bobcats. Here we go. All right. Next up, we have Ricky. We got Arkansas and Arkansas State in Little Rock. Who we got, Ricks?
So here is where. First of all, I don't care who wins this game. Let's be clear.
Yeah,
I don't care who wins this game.
Yeah, you do.
No, I really don't. I really
do.
don't care.
Don't
All right. I'm getting my ed specialist degree from Arkansas State. If I decide to get a doctorate, I'll probably still go through Arkansas State. Here is what frightens me about Arkansas State. They have a veteran offense.
True.
A veteran offense that is very, very good. The only problem with Arkansas State is their defense. If they get in a high-scoring battle, I think Arkansas wins this game. I'm taking Arkansas State with the upset. I think Arkansas State will become the second team ever to beat the second in-state team to beat the Razorbacks. They will become the second in-state team to beat the Razorbacks this weekend.
What? I did not expect that pick from Ricky. Oh my God! Only if Shane was here.
Second in-state team to ever beat the Razorbacks. The first one was Washita Baptist back in the 1920s.
Wow. Okay, Ricky, Jacob, where are you at after that?
Offense.
All right. Well, Arkansas's quarterback threw six touchdowns last week.
It's against a nobody team. It was a SWAC team.
It's against the SWAC team. That's still a team. That I think might be, on par with Arkansas State. Not gonna lie.
That's tough.
Wow.
That is tough.
Arkansas State can possibly win the
Hang
Sun
on a
Belt
second.
this year.
Time out.
Hold on.
Time out. 2 years ago, maybe even 3, I called Shane out on something because Arkansas State had to play UAPB. And he said it was going to be a close ball game. I said that UAPB would come within 70 of Arkansas State. And Arkansas State won by like 80. So, no, they're not within the same thing as a SWAC. It's not even close.
All right. Well, if you would have let me go on my tangent instead of interrupting me, I would have gotten to the point where I would have picked Arkansas State. But because of that, I'm picking the Razorbacks.
That's tough.
Either way, Ricky wins. What do you mean, Jacob?
Thank you, Jacob.
I know. I hate this. I hate this so much. Where's BYU so I could pick them against Arkansas?
All right, Tyler, where are you at on this?
10, 15 years ago. Give me Arkansas State all day. This is giving me very much Floyd Mayweather versus Manny Pacquiao vibes. This is past his prime. Like this is a game that
should have happened a long time ago.
It should have happened a long time ago. And
Yeah,
I feel like
I agree to that.
I feel like Arkansas was running. And I just feel like Arkansas State, they just need a hit and run and get a W. Okay? Give me Arkansas State.
Okay. All right. And, for me, it's been a traditional history here of where I just never pick Arkansas games. Ricky has called me out on this on more than one occasion, where no matter who Arkansas is playing against and we have them on the Run Your Pool, I will still pick against Arkansas just to be spiteful. But, this is a new era of the ATFS show, right? This is a new era of the show. We're trying to be better. We're trying to do better, right? So with that, with my official pick, give me Woo Pig Suey Sucks, Arkansas State wins. Let's go. Let's get it. Arkansas State's going to catch this dub, baby. This game should have already happened. Let's keep rolling. All right, next up, we got FCS Game of the Week. We got South Dakota State at Montana State. Ricky, you seem pretty heated about this, buddy. You want to lead us off here?
I hate you. Montana State, I absolutely hate you. Your defense was terrible against Oregon. That's why I picked you to win, was because your defense. I ain't going against I understand. I understand that Tucker Kraft, the greatest tight end that will ever play in the history of the NFL, he went to South Dakota State. That is my logic for picking South Dakota State. That, and they're a much better team. Screw you, Montana State. I will never pick you again.
Yeah, give me the Jackrabbits as well. Jacob, who do you got?
Ricky, you led me.
I'm
into the
sorry,
belief
man.
Last week, you
guys rode together.
led to my abysmal prediction week last week. Thank you for that. I appreciate it so very much. Give me the Jackrabbits. Never pick a Montana State again.
Wow.
Never picking with you again on this FCS upset ever again.
Oh
now,
my
hang
God.
Hang on now. The only reason I'm doing this is for the fun of FCS upset pick. I won the picks last year. And
Don't give me hope.
I'm just saying.
That's all I'm saying.
I'm just saying in general. I do have one on upset alert, but we'll go on.
All right, Tyler, who you got?
I will say a little shout out to my Montana Tech ore diggers for being pretty solid and getting the dub. Okay, they are. Dude, I have too many helmets of them, which is crazy.
He does have many helmets of them.
Hey, elite. Okay, that became my fandom. Okay, their coach. He's loving every post I repost on Facebook. He needs to accept my friend request. But other than that, I may have.
He's salty.
So they did have the player of the week in the NAIA. He had 5. He had 207 yards and 2 tutties, kick return and punt return. Okay. It's unfortunate that Montana State and Montana Tech is not the same team. Give me South Dakota State.
Jesus Christ.
Roll Diggs. I need that hat.
Roll.
Hang on. Did you say Montana Tech Oil Diggers? Is that what you said?
Ore diggers.
Ore Diggers.
Yeah, that's their team name, legit.
They've got to be like an NAIA team or something.
Yeah, NAIA.
It is.
Yeah. They were 22nd in the nation. Obviously, they bumped up. I haven't looked it up. I'm terrible at that right now, but I'll look it up right now for you. How about that? NAIA.
All right, let's keep going. Next up, FBS game of the week and a very honestly lackluster week of college football, in my opinion. We got Michigan at Oklahoma. Give me Michigan. Man, I like what this true freshman's bringing to the table. I'm actually kind of excited for it. Ricky, what about you?
This might be an interesting game. Just for the simple fact is, Oklahoma is looking for that spark because I think Brent Venables could be out the door if he does not have a good season. Michigan didn't really look a whole lot better, but I don't think they're as bad as Oklahoma. Give me Michigan.
Go ahead. You want to have a better week of predicting, Ricky, Jacob? So go ahead and say it. Go ahead and say it.
I don't know. Now, hold on.
Go ahead and say it.
I don't understand why either of these teams are ranked in the top 25 to begin with because of the abysmal year that they had last season. First and foremost, just want to say that neither of these teams deserve to be in the top 25 whatsoever. Give me the Sooners.
Oh, come on now. You said you wanted to play it safe. Pick Michigan. Go ahead and say it. Say go blue. Say go blue.
Never.
Say go blue. Wow.
No.
Okay. All right. Tyler, go blue.
I'm going to bring it back to Arkansas State. How about this? Arkansas State has played both these teams the last 2 years.
Facts.
One of them made them cry. Butch Jones. Okay. Last year, Michigan. It's on upset alert. Might not have been the best Michigan team, but hey, upset alert was happening.
Okay.
They lost 28-18.
Okay.
Oklahoma made Butch Jones cry on the sidelines, beat them 70-0. Give me Michigan.
All right. Respect. Go blue. Go blue. Jack, I'm going to get you a Michigan hat, brother. I got you. All right.
Excuse the hell out of me.
Get you a Michigan hat, brother. I got you, brother. Happy birthday. And then lastly, we got terrible game of the week, which once again, we were split down the middle between two games. So we flipped a coin.
Who also picked Bucknell?
Who did it? Someone else picked it. Was it you, Jacob? Someone else picked Bucknell and what was it Marist?
I don't remember.
Marist. Well, either way, we were 2-2. We were tied. So let's
Yeah,
do
it
it.
was me.
Heads is going to be for Tulsa, New Mexico State. Tails is going to be for Bucknell and Marist. Let's do it. Let's flip the coin. Let's see what we get.
You ain't got a...
Tails.
Who
So
was what?
Tails is Bucknell at Marist for terrible game of the week. What do we got? I guess give me Bucknell. I didn't research either of these teams. I was really thinking Tulsa, New Mexico State was going to win.
So I'll do some tire logic here. You know, back about 2008, Bucknell
Facts.
beat Arkansas in the NCAA tournament. So for that reason, I will go Maurice, just because of something that happened 17 years ago.
I respect that pettiness so much.
That might have been 2000. Hang on, nope, that was 2006. It was my senior year in high school. It was 2006. That was
Damn,
19 years ago.
God,
I was
dog.
20. Give me Maurice. Give me Maurice.
Jacob, who you got?
The only reason why I'm taking Maurice is because in my head, if the temperature was going to be an even number degree, I was going to take Bucknell. If it was going to be an odd temperature degree, I would have taken Maurice, and it's going to be 81, so I'm taking Maurice.
I respect that logic too. I love that here on ATFS. Tyler, who you got?
The reason I picked this game is because every time I see Bucknell, I think of that time that Ricky talked about when they beat Arkansas, and I was sitting in health class.
I was right.
Hey, I was sitting in health class. I'm pretty sure it was 2005. No, 2000. Yeah, 2006.
I was Spanish. Mine was Spanish.
Yeah, 2006. I remember it was in health class, and it was on TV. Obviously, Arkansas. They're gonna show it. So I've been a Bucknell fan since. And Mike Muscala was in the NBA. I became a Mike Muscala fan. Not a deep fan. I'm like, hey, he's a white guy. He's not gonna be that good, okay? But he is solid. He can shoot threes. Marist, I don't know who went to Marist. Give me Marist.
What the? Well, that just makes no sense.
Great logic. It's
Love
great
it, though. Love it,
and
though.
for the record, Tyler, Montana Tech was ranked 11th.
That's what I'm
And they don't have
talking
another
about.
See,
They
that
don't
would have
have
been for
another
the
poll
cleanup
out
segment.
Friday.
That'd been for the cleanup
Well, they don't
segment.
have. Their next poll comes out Friday.
Okay, all right.
Okay, so they have a chance to move up.
There you go. There you go. All right, let's head over to NFL Week 1. Shout out a couple of the notable and fun matchups, and we'll go around to our game of the week. So first up, we got Cowboys and Eagles, just because it's the season kickoff game. So that alone makes it notable. Yeah, give me Eagles. Fly, Eagles, fly. Easy peasy. Go, Jacob. Ricky, go ahead and say it. Fly, Eagles, fly. Let's hear it. Let's hear it.
Move on. Move on.
I'm going to take the Cowboys.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
It's my last potential season. I
I'm
have
so
to ride or
sorry.
die.
I'm so sorry. All right, Tyler, who you got?
Give me Dallas. They got rid of Micah. They're doing good.
They're doing good.
They're on the up and up, man.
They're on the
better.
upswing there, boy. Here we go. Next one we've got is Steelers and Jets, which is, of course, is Aaron Rodgers coming back to New Jersey specifically, and seeing if he can get some revenge on this one. Ricky, you already said Jets are going to shock the world, so we know your pick here. Jacob, who you got?
Only one New York team can. No, sorry, only one New Jersey team can win at a time. I already took the Giants to win. Give me Pittsburgh.
Okay, all right. Tyler, who you got?
My guy EJ would hate me. So would Kyra if I did not pick the Steelers. So give me the Jets.
All right, facts. I respect that. I've got the Steelers. I'm gonna. Aaron Rodgers gave me a lot of pain and suffering for a long time, but I've always said it, and I truly, truly mean it. I am a fan of the game first, and if this is his last year, I'd like to see him go out in some sort of winning record because he is one of the GOATs. We got to witness one of the GOATs. We got to witness a lot of GOATs over these last 20 years. I'm a fan of the game first, legitimately. So yeah, give me Aaron Rodgers. I'm gonna hope that he gets revenge here, and I'm gonna hope Aaron Rodgers beats the Packers. But that's where it ends. The Bears are gonna beat the shit out of the Steelers. That's where it ends for me. All right, after that, like we can go back to the let's have a good last ride, Aaron Rodgers. But that game, Bears and Steelers, that's out the window for one game. All right, anyway, let's go over to our games of the week. Let's kick things off with the Bengals and the Browns. Jacob, what's going on here?
Battle of Ohio, ladies and gentlemen. It is the first of two this season. The Bengals coming in at a 4.5 favorite. The Browns are, that's about how many quarterbacks I have is 4.5.
Facts.
Give me the Bengals by 17.
Okay. Yeah, give me Cincy as well. I don't know if it'll be by 17. I think it'll be more by like 31. Kidding. But yeah, give me the Bengals. Ricky, who you got?
Yeah, give me Cincinnati. That half a quarterback. His last name starts with Sanders.
Tyler.
The Browns did have a running back from Arkansas named Peyton Hillis. But
He made the Madden cover.
Did.
Facts. But the Bengals have, besides Steven Jackson, my second favorite running back, Giovanni Bernard. Shout out Giovanni. Give me Cincy.
Okay. All right. I was also going to say,
Do better.
Peyton Hillis's Madden is the greatest Madden ever created. So I'll also say that. So shout out.
It's random.
Madden cursed.
Yeah, I know. Facts. All right. Next up, we got Cards and the Saints. Tyler, why is this on here?
It is on here because I have Lil Marvin Harrison on fantasy. I'm pretty sure I have him on every single fantasy team. I'm not sure if I have him in ours, but I know in all the other ones I do.
Give me Arizona. This ain't going to be close.
Who's the quarterback?
Spencer Rattler. They drafted Tyler Shuck to be the guy, and he's not even the guy.
Dude, their guy.
I saw that lip lick right there, Tyler. I saw that lip lick. You just like double checked your entire life right there.
Okay, their best quarterback.
I didn't even see it.
Yeah. Their best quarterback is not even in New Orleans. How about that?
That's
Give me
facts.
New Orleans.
Oh, my God.
Cause,
All right.
It's because he's not coming out this year.
Yeah, the facts. Ricky, who you got?
I'm just dumbfounded that Tyler picked the Saints to win this game.
Facts.
I'm just dumbfounded. My gosh, I can't figure out his logic for nothing. I got the Bucknell one right. I'm happy about that one, but the only thing that I could think of with this one, well, Spencer Rattler did play in the SEC. He also played for Texas, and I hate Texas.
He played for
And
Oklahoma.
that I
Yeah, he was
pick Arizona.
Oklahoma. He played for
He was
Oklahoma.
Oklahoma South. He played for the Gamecocks too.
Oh, I know that, but I'm just saying. Wait, that's right. It was Oklahoma. Then it was. Yeah, okay. Got that one backwards. Never mind. Screw it. Arizona.
Jacob, Arizona.
Fly Cardinals fly.
Okay.
Fly Cardinals fly.
Next up, we got the Monday night game, the Minnesota Vikings at the Chicago Bears. Baby, you know where it's all about. It's all about them Chicago Bears, even though there's a legit possibility we can lose. But I'm still going to be riding with the Bears. I'm very excited. It's going to be a good game. I'm pretty pumped up for it. Ricky, who you got?
Oh, I've got Minnesota.
Fuck you.
Hey,
Three.
that's three,
I
dog.
know, that's
That's
three.
three. That's too many. Okay.
My bad. My bad.
We're
Slipped
rated
out.
R now, man.
That one slipped
We're not
out.
even PG-13 anymore.
That one slipped out. That one slipped
We're
out.
rated M right now, dog.
Do better. Do better.
Anything but R.
Do better. Gotta do better. Jacob, who you got?
I'm not sold on either of these two teams. Honestly, this is a matchup of I don't know what's going to happen. Both teams could win. Both teams could lose. You're welcome, Alex. Give me the Bears.
Yes. Let's go. Tyler, who you got?
I have a Bears jersey,
Okay.
and I do not have a Minnesota jersey.
So he's picking Minnesota.
No, I'm picking the Bears. But I do want a Minnesota jersey. You have one right there.
What? No, I don't.
I know.
Relax.
You look, though.
Relax. God bless. All right, next up, we're introducing a new thing, NFL Game of the Week, so that way we can make sure to highlight what is the best matchup every single week, which is the week, of course, is the Baltimore Ravens at the Buffalo Bills.
Trying to do better.
I got the Buffalo Bills. Tyler, who you got?
Definitely Baltimore.
Okay. All right. Ricky, who you got?
Who's the home team?
Buffalo.
Buffalo.
Give me Baltimore.
Okay. Jacob, finishes off strong.
Yeah, it's not winter yet, so the Bills at home is not very strong. But I can't stand the Ravens, and I can't stand Lamar Jackson,
Same.
so give me the Bills.
All right. There we go. Got all of our picks in. All right, let's wrap up the show. Clean up. We messed up anything today?
A lot of stuff.
Yeah, we messed up a lot of things.
I was about to say, does Tyler have a list?
Yeah,
I do have a list.
yeah. I've got something to shout out too. Ricky, Jacob, you both messed up. You didn't
What?
you didn't indulge us on our joke throughout the show. I don't appreciate that.
Facts.
Huh?
Yeah, you guys didn't indulge me and Tyler on our joke. I don't appreciate that.
What
show?
joke?
Tyler swapped seats in the middle of the show after ad breaks,
Oh,
and you guys
I
didn't
noticed
say
it.
anything.
I wasn't gonna say it. I wasn't gonna feed into it.
Dang it!
Dude, all right. So in my defense, like y'all were like for whatever reason, after right before ad break, like all my cameras, like seeing you guys froze, and just came back on during pick. So I
Really? All right. Well, that's something we messed up on right there. Ricky's internet messed up, so add that to the list. Speaking of the list, Tyler, what'd you do on the list? Did you have a full list?
I did. I didn't have a list for you.
Why?
I don't know.
I said I said a word
I
3
know.
times.
I know. I was trying to get you to say it
3
again.
times.
I was trying to get you to say it again. Okay.
I almost did.
Okay. Let's go down the list because I put Jacob first. I don't know why I put Jacob first. I guess because Ohio State's first.
Is it because I'm short?
He is not over 5'5". Let me see.
Add it to the list.
Okay, Jacob. You said West Virginia scored 45 versus nobody. That's a lie. It was Robert Morris. Okay. That's
That is nobody.
That's a nobody. That's a basketball team.
okay.
No, he's being technical.
Hey, they are something.
They are a team.
They make the tournament in basketball. Okay, that's all you need to know. Ricky, you.
And remember, Jacob, their basketball team has former Arkansas Razorback basketball players who transferred, so therefore he's just going to get you on that one just based on that fact.
There you go.
Maybe, I don't know. Rick, yeah, we called you out anyway, but I'm gonna call you out again. Radler played at Oklahoma. Okay, that's a wrong Big 12
You're right,
school.
he did.
Okay, wrong Big 12 school. Okay, this was before they moved over. So sorry for that. Shane, you're not here, but you're getting blasted. Okay, because in the chat you said I'm picking Arkansas versus Arkansas State, so I have more time to talk about it. Well, Big Dog, you're not even here. Talk about it, man. Talk about it. Okay, you ain't show up. Okay, that is a negative point. For that reason, you got to take Arkansas State. Okay, and
I was going to say something, Tyler, right as you were talking, because there's something else that I forgot to mention to you, because you put on Facebook that there are some people that are treating this, that Arkansas State's treating this as a Super Bowl, because technically it is to them, because they will become the second team to ever beat an in-state rivalry, or they'll become an in-state to beat Arkansas, and they've wanted this matchup for years. This means way more to them than hosting Iowa State next week. I promise you that.
Hey,
or does it from a bread standpoint?
No, Arkansas not paying Arkansas State that much.
Exactly.
But I will say, if they do beat Arkansas, by golly, they play in Fayetteville next year. I don't care what they got to do. Arkansas is trying to get that record of one, and they're gonna try to have a better record. So, give me Arkansas State by 75. And then I did mess up. I said Bill started 5-1. That's a lie. Or no, I said they started 5-2 that year, 5-3, something like that. They finished 6-10 in 2011.
Tough.
After starting out,
Tough.
5-2. That's embarrassing.
Yeah,
I should have jumped ship then.
Yeah, should have been it.
That's on me. That's on me. Do I have anything else?
Not this week.
I spelled mistakes wrong, but that's fine.
No.
Plain County Education.
Yeah, it's a work in progress.
And you said your Montana Tech team was ranked 23 in the NIA. They were actually ranked number 11.
Hey, they beat the number 5 team though. Okay, I read it wrong. Okay, I was looking at a score whenever I seen it.
Yeah.
That's my dogs right there.
Yeah,
that's my dogs.
Yeah. Well, motto of the show, motto of the season: do better.
Do better.
Yeah, do better.
Do better.
Good job, everyone. Just do better. Let's get it. Let's get after it. All right.
What if I don't want to?
Get out.
Say get out?
Get out. I'm not fixing the camera. I'm not fixing the camera this late into the show. All you're going to see is Ricky's head.
Oh, he's coming back.
Okay. All right. Let's seriously get out of here, though. I'm going to hit the music. Any shout-outs you guys need to get out in the world? Anything off your chest here? And also, what's for dinner? Let's go around the room. Tyler, what's for dinner?
Probably McDonald's. I don't really want McDonald's. I want pizza, but I felt weird getting pizza on a Tuesday.
Okay. I disagree. It's never a bad time to get pizza, but you know what? You live your best life. Ricky, you got anything to shout out? What's for dinner?
Nothing really to shout out other than that I am looking for that Arkansas State game, even though I'll be on the football field officiating Bryant Pee Wee games. Yay! And then I have no idea whatever my wife cooks. That's what's for dinner.
Okay, Jacob. What about you? What's for dinner? Any shout outs?
I already had dinner. It was Subway, unfortunately.
Very
shout out.
What kind of Subway?
Tennessee State is upsetting North Dakota State this week.
Ooh.
What kind of Subway?
Don't indulge us.
No,
we're getting out of here.
I like sandwiches.
I
like sandwiches.
We went over again. We're getting out of here. Do not indulge him, Jacob.
I'm hungry.
I don't give a shit. Calm down.
Okay. I probably wouldn't eat it anyway.
All right, if you made it all the way to the end, we appreciate the hell out of you. Ricky's gone. I'm not fixing Jacob's camera. It is what it is. Thank you so much for making it to the end. Make sure to check out the Patreon if you want to support us further.
Forehead.
We'd really appreciate that extra support. As well as going over to Rogue Energy. Use our referral link
man?
down below. Promo code Sparky3 to get 10% off your order. Go over to Sparky3 shop. Pick up Do Better. Pick up Unprofessional like he's being right now. Thank you so much.
It's going to be here Friday.
Bye.